Welcome everybody to the Box Home Videos. So glad you're watching these. We've got a special one today specifically for you parents. Here's something that has been really beneficial for our relationship with our kids that we just highly recommend. It's the value of getting one-on-one time with your kids or taking them on a date.
Yes, our kids light up when they get that one-on-one time. When they know that we are setting aside time out of the chaos of our rhythms to be able to really devote time to them and get that quality time. And it really helps them feel seen and known and loved for who they are, and builds a really strong connection between you and them.
The other reason why this is so important is because it gives us space to have intentional conversations with our kids. And so like whenever I take one of the kids on a date, that's the time that I'm able to talk to them about something that we see going on in their life that we want to try to coach them in or address. They're feeling stress or anxiety. We want to kind of dig into that. And what we find is that they're open to those kind of conversations in that context and in a way that they're just not, even if you just pull them to the side when you're at home. Like it's just,
oh, that's so true.
It's so much more whenever you're out sharing a burger together or whatever. It also is a time where we're able to have conversations about things we want to teach them. So about faith, about our walk with Jesus and what that looks like. Things like walking them through puberty or sex or those kind of topics. We have all those conversations on one-on-one times, and it's been really fruitful. And then also things like friends and school. I mean, it's just these one-on-one times gives us the opportunity to have really important conversations.
It does. It also gives us a chance to model and coach around dating, which, you know, when you're taking your 7-year-old out, you're not often thinking about their future dating self, but it does give us a chance to do that. And so, for example, with me and the boys, I am cognizant of really teaching them to do things like open the door for me. And when we're having conversations that they're looking me in the eye, which is a big deal for my now middle school boys, that they would ask good questions and carry a conversation even is so important.
Yeah. And same thing whenever I take Della on a date. It's not something that I've actually talked to her much about, though we have a couple times, but primarily I just know that the way that I'm treating her on these dates will set the bar for how she expects to be treated by another guy when he enters her life, hopefully when she's around like 30 or 40 or something like that. But
yeah.
But I want to set the bar high on how she expects to be treated. And so, yeah, that's just one of the other things that comes out of this.
So how do we find time for this? Because I know that's one of the big tensions. People often want that one-on-one time, but how do you make it happen?
Yeah. Well, for us, we try to build it into our already existing rhythms. And that's, for me, with the boys, that's been real easy because we just do it around their haircuts. So I take Camp to go get his haircut, and then I get my haircut with him, and then we go to dinner together. And then also once a month I take Enoch to go get his haircut, and then we go to get dinner together. And we really look forward to that time. And it's just kind of, we're gonna do it anyways, and we're make the most out of it. And then Della, every Sunday after our worship service, we go grab lunch, and that's just kind of been a set rhythm. And it's a lot of fun too.
For me, I will scoop one up sometimes when I'm running an errand and try to make that a date time as well. But oftentimes for me, I'm having to really plan ahead, and that's where having a team mentality and shared value of that one-on-one time is really beneficial. And so since I know that Jake's on board with me getting that time with the kids, oftentimes I'll have to calendar it and just say, okay, this Saturday morning, can you take the other two? I'm gonna take one to Town Lake and we're gonna go for a walk. Something like that, so that I can make sure that I get that time in too.
Yeah, so dads, if you got multiples, I would just really encourage you to value this and say, yeah, I'll stay home with the other kid or other kids, so that your wife is freed up to go do one-on-one time with each of your kids. It just, like, value that. It's gonna be really good for their relationship and just for your kids in general.
Absolutely. Now, what do we do on these dates? I know that's kind of the next big question, and that's shifted really a little bit with Corona. But yes, what are some things that you do with the kids?
So like I mentioned earlier with the haircuts, it's always a haircut and then dinner. For Della, it's usually lunch. But during Corona, I don't know if you can tell, but like I haven't got my haircut in quite a while. And so we're just keeping it super simple, just a simple walk around the block. One day we had, Krista had bought as a treat some Cokes when she had gone to the grocery store. So I said, all right, you can grab a Coke from the fridge and let's just walk around the block and drink that Coke together. And he loved it. And it was really simple, but we got about a 45-minute walk and we had some really important conversations during that time.
Yes.
It was fantastic. So walks, I mean, just ice cream, snow cones, things like that. It's really easy.
Yeah, and same here. I mean, it's a lot of going for walks, going on hikes on the trail. Before all the COVID-19 stuff, I loved getting on the lake with the kids, and so I might snag a boy and go rent a kayak, get a Groupon or something like that. The key element for us is that we want it to be cheap or free. It's really not about the thing that you're doing as much that you're getting that one-on-one quality time together.
Yeah, and the kids just feel special when you have that one-on-one time with them, so it doesn't really matter what you do. Now, if you add something sweet into the mix, then that just kind of helps. But they love just that one-on-one time. They really value it.
Yeah. So start small, but here's your homework. We want you to identify some time to get one-on-one intentional time with each of your kiddos. Figure out what that thing is that you need to talk to them about. Maybe it's a value or character issue, or maybe it's a friend thing, a life stage situation, but identify what you want the conversation to be and then schedule it and make it happen. We are so excited to be able to talk about this. We want to hear your ideas and things that you're doing with your kiddos coming up, so feel free to share that with us. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope to see you at the next video. Feel free to subscribe, and if you have any questions or topic suggestions, feel free to text at 512-851-1234, and we look forward to hearing from you. Until next week.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.